Hey, this is Soundist. So JHope talked about how his biggest challenge with his current project was singing and performing in English. He talked a little bit about his process making music and basically said that he hears a sound that draws him in and then he makes a song around it. Or he'll have a keyword in mind and then uses a feeling to determine what would connect with the audience. He uses his gut feeling. They talked about what is JHope, as in how does he characterize JHope as opposed to Jang Hosuk, and he basically said that he views JHope as an extension of him. It could also be viewed as a different side of him, and he kind of characterized it as a way to express the whole spectrum of his being. And Zach mentioned how he is kind of a collection of colors, so he's kind of the whole entire color spectrum as JHope. They talked a little bit about Jack in the Box, and he said that the main themes for that project were him expressing his passion and ambition. Once he released that project, those emotions were more resolved, and so now for Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa, sonically it's a little bit more relaxed and the energy is more relaxed. For this grouping of 3 songs that he's releasing, Sweet Dreams, Mona Lisa, and then a third one that's going to be released in the future, he said that they kind of express a universal meaning of love. So for Sweet Dreams with Miguel, he wanted to see what a love song would sound like from JHope's perspective, and he thought that Miguel was the perfect collaborator for that project. And then Mona Lisa has a more playful and fun energy, and then the third song kind of builds on that theme as well, but they all could express any kind of aspect of love, not just romantic love. Zach also pressed him about how he uses Gemini in songs, because a lot of the fans are wondering, who is this Gemini? Is it a specific woman that he's talking about? And JHope said that Pharrell and other producers really like using the term Gemini, and he ended up using it for Sweet Dreams in LV Bag. Maybe because there's a certain mystery or duality. They also talked about his song Neuron with Geiko and Yoon Mi-rae that he released before enlisting, and they tied it back into the dance group that he started out with, Neuron. And he talked about how dance was how he came to love music, and the members are how he became more involved in producing and rapping. And so he learned a different way to be involved with music, and he was able to express himself in more ways. As a last little aside, they also talked a little bit, or Zach asked about why ARMY has kind of designated him as a squirrel. And isn't it because he had the acorn bag? That was one of his fashion icons that he was obsessed with for a while. That's where I thought that came from. But what are other reasons that ARMY has assigned him as